Senator Smart Adeyemi.
Mr. President, I rise on behalf of Kogi West Senatorial District. And indeed, Mr. President, I rise to speak on behalf of the masses whom I personify in this chamber. Mr. President, unemployment is a serious problem. Perhaps the greatest threat to our peace and stability as a nation is unemployment. Today, Mr. President, we have a large army of unemployed youths capable of making us to have sleepless nights. Today, Mr. President, we perhaps do not need to talk about data or statistics to know that we have a crisis on our hands. Majority of us, when we go home, you see the youths coming around you in their hundreds, in their thousands. Mr. President, we do not need statistics to know that we have crisis on our hands. Today we have over 100 universities approved by the National University Commission. You can have a rough idea of the millions of graduates trooping out every year. Today in this country, Mr. President, violence is on the increase, social ills are on the increase. In Abuja here, Mr. President, by 7:38, you have the time to stroll around Wuse up to Sheraton or Betama Aziz. You see youth in their hundreds seated doing nothing. Mr. President, if we spend hours and days discussing poverty, unemployment, I think it is a waste spent hours and time. There is no amount of time or hours that we set aside to discuss issues. And it's on this note I want to commend you and commend the sponsors of this bill. This motion. We are here on behalf of the people. And anything that will improve the well-being of our people must be of great concern to us. Mr. President, a lot has been said about NAPEP, NDE. I want to recall, Mr. President, that in the 6th Senate, we discussed issues pertaining to NAPEP, unemployment, more than 20 different sittings here. And you recall, Mr. President, at one of the sittings, I did say that if our motions and resolutions will not be taken seriously by the executive, then this job could as well be a part-time job. Because to me, motions and deliberations here are as important as when we pass bill. Today, Mr. President, the greatest threat, like I said, is unemployment. And how do we resolve, Mr. President? We were told some years back that when we privatize, it will create more jobs. At the end of the privatization exercise, our Commonwealth were sold to the hands of some few people who told us that they will expand the industries. They will bring in more experts. They will create jobs. Today, one of the greatest problems which emanated from privatization is unemployment. They have reduced the number of workers. I will make an example of iron and steel complex in Ajakuta. Before privatization, they used to employ about 10,000 workers. Today, if you go to iron and steel complex in Ajakuta, they have less than 500 workers there. Those who bought these industries and companies, what they did was to siphon and export some of the equipment there. Mr. President, we should look at our policies and the implementation of policies in Nigeria. The rate of unemployment emanated as a result of bad policies and bad implementation of some good policies. Mr. President, the appeal is to government and to some of us who are here and to some of you who are very successful to try to set up small-scale industries so that people can be gainfully employed. Because I believe, Mr. President, that if some of you who are successful here set up small-scale industries, you'll be able to employ some few people. Government alone cannot employ people. We must do everything